I have, my love. This is day one of the next phase of our campaign. Now, the Kings need to understand that I'm not going to let this drop. I will have justice, love. It doesn't matter how long it takes. The world should belong to decent people, not the likes of Tom King and Billy Hopwood.
Why are you mentioning Hopwood?
I'm just saying, you know, Hopwood, he's scum. He's like the Kings. I just wish that I could see Tom King suffer the way that we've suffered.
Well, violence isn't going to achieve anything.
I'm way beyond expecting to achieve things.
And how am I going to cope if you get sent to prison?
You're right.
Well, hardly.
Heard about yesterday, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Jamie, you were still conspicuous by your absence.
Oh, don't have a go at him. Look, you might have lost Dawn, but you're still a father.
Oh, it's okay.
No, it
babe.
isn't. You have to keep a grip for the sake of those who love you. Why don't you take him to the pub? Get him drunk.
Is that a good idea?
Well, just keep an eye on him and don't let him go up to home farm. Not like this.
Very large brandy, please, Diane.
You got brandy at yours?
I haven't. Stag party from Doncaster drank me dry last night.
Oh, I see. Come to rub me nose in your good fortune again. Quelle surprise.
I'm not. They're a nightmare. Breakfast turned into a food fight, and now they're all singing some song about virgins from Inverness. I just came here to get a little bit of peace and quiet.
There you go again.
Now what have I said?
Peace and quiet. We'll be heaving come lunchtime, thanks very much.
You'll be heaving come next week. Into the toilet bowl, sick with envy when you find out my latest money-making scheme.
Your last scheme failed spectacularly. All we got was a caution.
Really? For serving alcohol to a minor, is that all?
That and the inspector's undying devotion. I've got friends in high places, and don't you forget it.
Not so loud, ladies. I warn you, I am not at my best this morning.
I'm not surprised. Being her business partner's enough to turn anyone to drink.
Can't you two let bygones be bygones?
She started it.
Oh, she's right, Diane. This is ridiculous. We used to be best mates.
Only because I felt sorry for you. More fool me.
Diane, Louise is trying to wave the white flag of surrender, aren't you, pet?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Aren't you?
Okay, if I must. Yes! Now, can I please have that brandy?
Very well. Serve the lady.
Oh.
Bitter, please, Dan.
And a lager.
Grace, thanks for coming out on a Sunday.
Sundays are for wimps.
You play golf? I've got a spare set in the boot.
No offence, mate. Only an idiot does business on a golf course.
Hello. Who's this?
Chris Orton, our prospective buyer. My dad.
And chief executive of the company. And chairman, for that matter.
How'd you do?
I do fine. When you do the decent thing, pull your finger out and stop lowering your offer.
Decency? Do I look like a vicar?
Do you want to buy the development or don't you?
Dad.
It's all right, son. I'll take over from now. You better come in.
Have you noticed that I'm smelling particularly ripe this morning?
Oh, that's nice, pet.
I couldn't have a bath because your tights and knickers were soaking in the bathtub.
The washing machine's on the blink. I've had to go commando today.
Oh, I really didn't need to hear that. And what were you and Eric shouting about at 4 in the morning?
I accidentally polished off his best vintage port. I regret it now.
I think it's time I found my own place to live.
Oh, how could you cope without your mummy?
Swimmingly.
Go on, then.
What?
Aren't you going to tell me how I'm destroying myself and all those around me?
I want revenge as much as you do.
Don't let Viv or your mum hear you say that.
I am behind you 100%, Dad.
Thanks, son. That means a lot.
I'm off home.
Hang on. If anyone deserves to go back to their bed...
I'm not going to bed. I might if I can get Jack's nose out the newspaper.
Why are you so chirpy? We had 5 bottles of champagne last night.
5?
Hangovers are a state of mind.
2 days ago, you were like death warmed up.
I never suffer with champagne. In fact, it's good for me.
Oh, I'm getting too old for this malarkey.
I'm not. Last night I felt like a 30-year-old. But Jack put his foot down. Bum, bum.
Look, I've discussed all this with your son.
That seems to be all you've done, talk.
I've made a good offer. Bearing in mind the sorry situation you've got yourself into.
You're not the only interested party.
Surely the point is, I am. Most people wouldn't touch the King River development with a barge pole.
Yes, OK. We've had some problems.
You cocked up like a rank amateur.
Are you looking for a clip round here, Sonny?
The project is high risk, Mr. King. We both know that.
Which is reflected in the knockdown price. You're getting a bargain and you know it.
Money's only half the issue. I could pay twice what I'm offering and still turn a profit. The thing you've got to remember is that 3 people died.
I don't need you to remind me of that.
And I need some guarantee that there won't be any legal complications.
Oh, the Health and Safety Executive was satisfied that we did everything we could to prevent the accident.
There still might be civil action.
I promise you there won't be. It's all being settled out of court.
I still need a guarantee. In writing.
No problem.
Good.
She's the last person I'd expect to take to her bed.
Who?
Edna.
When you see her, you can tell her from me she's certainly not welcome in here.
Be fair. She feels terrible about what's happened.
And so she should.
Oh, poor Edna. It's no fun to be publicly humiliated.
Do you think it's true, then? Her holding a candle for Tom King?
No, it isn't. Edna's a good, honest, decent woman.
Yes, but love has a way of clouding your judgment. As I remember, she let that Mac turn her head, and then he ran off with church funds.
Was she in love with him?
Well, some might say.
I'm not listening to this. You know full well all Edna felt for Mac was Christian compassion. She needs her friends to support her, not tittle-tattle behind her back.
Leonard, finish your tea.
I'm not thirsty.
You'll be off to see her. I wouldn't be surprised.
What did you say that for?
Oh, they've been as thick as thieves just recently. Don't say you haven't noticed.
Don't be daft. They're just good friends.
Yes, but now Tom King has kicked her into touch, well, we all need a little solace from time to time. No, I'm only pulling your leg.
Right, then I'll expect to receive the document tomorrow morning.
I'll have it biked over.
Good. Send it straight to my legal department.
So, is it all signed and sealed?
Nothing's finalised yet.
Isn't it?
I'm not signing anything until I know there won't be any legal comeback.
We can't guarantee that.
Your father seems to think you can. He's obviously better at pulling strings.
Here's an idea, because we need to infiltrate the enemy stronghold.
Yeah, the dead of night. Imagine the place would be alarmed.
No, I didn't mean break in. I meant inveigle ourselves somehow.
Yeah. I don't follow you.
Maybe I can try and gain Tom King's trust, get him to offer me a job or something.
Go and work for the Kings after all they've done.
Dad, calm down, think. If I was on the inside, then I could do some digging around.
Yeah, but why on earth would they want to employ you? It's hopeless.
Hiya.
How's it going?
We're planning strategies.
We're not, though, are we? We're clutching at straws. You know, we may as well just go up there and beat the truth out of Tom King.
Hey, well, you're half caught,
Just
mate.
get your hands off me, will you?
No, I mean, you're not going anywhere till you sober up.
You can't tell me. How long were you in the pay of the Kings, eh?
Dad.
Just get out of my way. I love you and
Hey, there's no need for this.
Maybe we should all go up and see Tom, yeah?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, he's not coming. Fine. Whatever. Give me a son.
I love it a bit, as one must, but at the age I am, should I be living with my mother and her dodgy boyfriend?
I feel the same being with Paddy.
Testing your patience, is he?
No, he's just Paddy. I feel like I've come back and not really moved on, if you know what I mean.
There is a simple solution to this problem. We could move in together.
You and me?
Yeah, why not? We're mates, we know we get on, and I bet you don't dry your s'mores over the cooker.
I certainly do not.
Well then, what do you say?
OK.
We're just popping over to check on Bob.
I think you've missed him. He went off with Jean and Jamie.
How was he?
Blind drunk.
Now, if I make such an offer, legally could it be taken as an admission of guilt?
Not necessarily. I could draft a contract for them to sign.
It wouldn't be an issue if you'd let me handle Orton.
Like you handled the pension fund?
That's family business.
No, relax. He's our lawyer, he knows everything.
I used the pension fund because we needed the cash. You were about to do the same.
That's his problem. Always has to know best. He was like that as a kid, full of gleeful little secrets that he thought I didn't know about.
I'm still a director of this company.
Yes, and I'm head of the company by a vote of 3 to 1. Can't argue with democracy.
All right with you, King!
Oh, didn't they invited him?
I didn't.
I'll get rid.
No. No time like the present. Can I help you?
Never mind what the health and safety reckon. It isn't over.
I think you're right. You better come in.
I guess they might find you here. How are you doing?
How do you think?
Betty and Pearl are worried about you.
I've certainly given them plenty to talk about.
They're not like that. OK, they are. But they still care about you.
I had no idea what the Kings were really up to.
I know that.
You're the only one who does. And now everyone thinks that I only stood up to Tom because I'm in love with him. I mean, the idea's ridiculous.
Is it?
Of course.
Edna, this is me. You can tell me anything. It is not a sin to have feelings for someone.
It is if they lead to betrayal.
So you thought Tom was stringing you along? Manipulating you because of how you felt about him?
This is all a private matter, and I prefer not to discuss it.
OK. My advice. Why don't you go away for a bit until this dies down? I'm sure Peter would like to see you, whatever your difference is.
I'd rather like to be on my own now, if you don't mind.
OK. You know where to find me.
We all know the truth about why the house collapsed.
We won't know anything for certain until the HSE report's been published.
Oh, you're guilty as hell!
Believe me, nobody regrets what's happened more than...
Don't you dare say that!
Sorry, Bob. I just want what's best for everybody.
What is best is if you own up to what you've done.
I'll admit that with hindsight, if I'd known the condition of the building...
Which, of course, he's in no position to, given Mr. Franklin's deception.
I might have known there'd be a lawyer present.
Would you rather Mr. Sinclair left us?
Yeah, too right.
It's OK. You too, Matthew.
I'm not leaving you alone with him.
We just want to talk, don't we, Bob?
Yeah.
Go on, Matthew.
Oh, at last. Does this mean I can have me break now?
Well, hardly. 4 roast dinners, please, minus the dead cow on one of them.
What's happened to you?
I think I put me back out.
We went ice skating.
Him on ice skates?
It was like watching an elephant belly dance.
Oh, you did very well, didn't you, love?
I'll be all right once I've had a pint.
And I'll have a brandy and
Rum and coke.
Pat of cider.
They'll have orange juice. Bring them over, will you?
Oh, fine, yeah. You just get yourselves comfortable. Don't give me a second thought.
It's a general idea.
You want total honesty? OK. On one level, I do feel personally responsible for such a dreadful loss of life.
Oh, at last!
I've lost a child myself, and I can appreciate how you feel.
You
Let him finish.
That is why, as a gesture of goodwill, I'd like to offer you financial compensation for your loss.
You want to buy us off?
No, I wouldn't call it that.
If we want money, we'll go through the courts.
You won't win a civil action.
Yeah, watch me.
Bob, honestly, you won't. If you accept my offer of compensation, of course it will be on the understanding that whilst I regret your loss, I in no way accept responsibility.
You've already admitted you're guilty.
I've done no such thing.
You did, we heard you. You said you were responsible.
He said he feels responsible. It's all words. It signifies nothing.
I'm just trying to offer a helping hand.
Take it you turned down your offer, then?
Not now, son.
Is that your idea? Throw money at us and we go away?
The offer still stands.
You still haven't told us how much. Does that matter?
£100,000.
Really? What?
100 million would still say no. See, we don't accept blood money.
Well, that backfired spectacularly.
Not necessarily.
Luxury two-bedroom apartment, riverside views, laminate flooring, and handy for the bus station.
What bus station?
Hotton. And we can move in as soon as we raise the deposit.
Why would we want to move to Hotton?
Oh, I don't know. The bars, the bright lights, the possibility of stepping out of our front door and not seeing the same old faces.
I like the same old faces.
Well, you'll still see them working here.
Well, it won't be the same.
You're young, free and single, Emily. Name me one person, apart from me, of course, who'll miss you if you're not at their beck and call.
You've only got £2. Why did you order the cream tea?
Mrs. Hope.
Viv!
I need to be here at 6 some mornings to do the papers.
I knew you'd be like this. Well, fortunately, Victoria Cottage is also available for rent.
Don't the Kings own that?
So?
Jan, do you really think I was born yesterday?
It's a question of loyalty. She would make my life a misery.
She does that anyway.
Sorry.
I'll keep trying.
Hiya. Bearing up.
What choice have I got?
Bob! I am sorry about yesterday. I really did find that report on their computer. They're utter scoundrels. I should have realised.
Why didn't you tell me about the report as soon as you found it?
I know, I should have.
Yeah, instead you sat on it.
No! I confronted Mr. King. I told him what was going on.
What, you gave him the opportunity to get off the hook?
Well, I thought he'd do the right thing. I didn't realise he was implicated.
Oh, Edna, they're all implicated.
Yes, I know that now. I am so sorry.
No, you don't even know the concept of sorry. You can't imagine how much this has torn us apart. You could have come to me with what you'd found, but instead you used it to try and seduce Tom King. I mean, as if he's even got to look at a dried-up old bag like you. Do us all a favour, Edna, just drop dead.
He didn't mean that last bit.
I'm not so sure.
Sorry about that, Edna.
No, I deserve it.
No, in our hearts, we all know that you're not to blame.
But I am. I placed my trust in Tom King, and all the time he was just using me.
Well, he's conned us all in his time.
Maybe we get what we deserve in the end.
How do you mean?
I've destroyed that family.
No, Bob's angry. He's grieving. Needs to lash out. We'd be the same if we'd lost a child.
Yes, we would.
Hey, come on, TJ. Let's get some lunch on for your Grandma Jean.
Oh, have a heart, man. I'm at death's door here.
I'd love to help. But after we finish this, Jack's taking us go-karting.
Great. Oh, you're just getting on my nerves now.
Do you know how much go-karting costs?
A family day out, Jack. We deserve a bit of fun, take our minds off things.
We had fun this morning.
We're having fun this afternoon.
Bye, baby.
I asked for a half.
Pint's fine. Don't look at me like that. Dumped you years ago, remember?
I'll look after him.
Yeah, you can get lost and all.
Dad, I'm on your side.
Oh, yeah. I saw the way your eyes lit up when he mentioned all that money.
Yeah, he owes us. Besides, taking that cash could work in our favour.
How?
If I get him to think that I can be bought off, then maybe, no, who knows, he might offer me a job. No, listen. There's guilt in his eyes. He wants to make amends, so let him. It's like I said earlier, if I could get in there, I could snoop around, dig up some dirt.
He'll corrupt you, like he corrupts everyone.
He won't. We can bring the whole King dynasty to its knees. And by Christmas, Tom King will be history.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.